Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Wisconsin versus Rutgers college basketball matchup on Thursday, March the 7th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, people with big bankrolls looking for that one-on-one style service. We have those products. They're just not available on the website. You got to text the number you see on the screen. So if you make big bets like I do, text that number. But let's get to this one. Wisconsin taking on Rutgers, and Wisconsin's 17-11 on the season, while Rutgers is 15-14 on the year. You know, the thing is that the Badgers were ranked a good portion of the season, and then they kind of hit a rut. And, you know, with that rut, they went right out of the rankings. And I thought, like, boy, was this team overrated, you know, for the way that they had been playing. And I thought for a little bit they were, but eventually it all kind of catches up to you, and it did with the Badgers, who are just 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games, and a miserable 1-9 against the number in their last 10. Boy, the wheels are kind of off the cart for Wisconsin. It'll be interesting to see if they could find some firm ground as they head into conference tournament play, and of course possibly into March Madness. But have they played themselves out of the NCAA tournament? Well, we'll have to see. I got to say, I think that they're certainly on that edge of teetering. I mean, you would look at them and you say, oh, this team is squarely in. But at the same time, boy, how could you put a team in that just, you know, loses out? And I think Wisconsin, wants to try and avoid that here. They are 13-3 straight up at home at the Kohl Center, 7-8-1 against the number, though. Rutgers, really not a great Rutgers team, 3-8 straight up on the road, 4-7 against the number on the road. I thought last year's Rutgers team was really good, the one that didn't get into the NCAA tournament, even though that they thoroughly deserved it. And of course, they got the big recruit coming in this year in Harper, so I think bright days ahead for Rutgers. Rutgers won the first meeting of these two teams, belted Wisconsin 78-56 in Piscataway. They were a 3.5-point home dog in that game, and that just kind of shows you, how Wisconsin has been treated all the way along, and a lot like, the Big Ten gets treated. But really, when you look at it, Wisconsin's lost 3 of their last 4 games. 2 of those were on the road against Iowa and Indiana, and then the home loss against Illinois last time out by 8 in a game that they were 3-point favorites against the Fighting Illini. Meanwhile, they had beaten Maryland at home by 4 in a game that they were favored by 7.5 points. In fact, we said Wisconsin was 1-9 against the number, but actually they're 0-9 against the spread in their last 10 games, or in their last 9 games. They have been absolutely terrible to their backers at the window. We look at Rutgers, certainly hasn't been a lot better, to be honest with you. They haven't covered in 5 of their last 6 games, and it hasn't been pretty in any of those either. The thing is that they did win against Northwestern as one of those games. They just didn't cover the spread, and the other win came at home against Michigan by 30 in a game that they were favored by 8. But losses at Nebraska, at home against Maryland, at Purdue, at Minnesota, none of those things, wound up to be all that well. They had one at Maryland, and that home game against Wisconsin, they won at Michigan. So Rutgers, I think, has been playing better basketball recently than Wisconsin has. I think just what we see, though, is that Wisconsin just continues to get all this love. But 319th in shooting percentage against, 344th in guarding against the three. Meanwhile, the Rutgers defense is far superior. I gotta say, I gotta roll with Rutgers on the road in this one, and that's gonna be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.